Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're tackling a challenge that I know almost every student, remote worker, or gamer out there has faced at some point. I mean, we've all been there, right? Trying to pull off big things in a very, very small room. Usually while trying not to trip over a massive tangle of cables or, completely stubbing your toe on a giant computer tower. Well, today we're going to break down a piece of furniture that claims to solve this exact headache. We're looking at the Udinova Small Gaming Desk. It's a multifunctional workstation built from the ground up specifically for tight living areas.
Okay, here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll hit the small space dilemma, then check out power and illumination, move into maximized smart storage, take a look at flexibility and design, and wrap the whole thing up with specs, assembly, and support.
All right, jumping right in, Section 1, the small space dilemma.
So let's just set the stage a bit here, because to really appreciate the design choices of this desk, we kind of have to acknowledge the universal struggle of compact rooms. Seriously, take a second and picture your current workspace, especially if you're crammed into a dorm, a tiny apartment, or just a smaller bedroom. Chances are you've got a heavy computer tower, maybe a gaming console, a monitor, your laptop, phone, headphones, notebooks. I mean, it literally piles up so fast. How do you actually fit a complete high-tech setup into a tiny room without it turning into this chaotic, cramped mess of cable clutter? We all want that super immersive gaming or streaming setup, or just a solid spot to study. But sometimes the square footage just straight up says, no way. And that brings us exactly to how the manufacturer positions this thing. Right on the listing, they explicitly call this a PC gamer table for small space. Basically, the designers didn't just take a regular desk and lazily shrink it down. No, they engineered the whole shebang around this specific small space, big needs dilemma. They totally get that you still need all those high-tech features, just packed into a much more efficient footprint.
Moving right along, let's look at Section 2, power and illumination.
Now, what's genuinely super interesting here is that they've built 3 AC outlets and 2 USB ports directly into the desk itself. I mean, think about your typical small room. Usually you're forced to string some ugly extension cord across the floor, or you're literally crawling under your desk just to plug your phone in. Actually, scratch that, it's usually both. By putting a built-in charging station right on the desktop, this desk completely nukes that cable clutter. You can effortlessly charge your laptop, your phone, headsets, controllers, all perfectly within arm's reach. Absolute game changer. And honestly, this perfectly captures the desk's dual-purpose vibe. On one hand, you have the aesthetics, right? You get this immersive RGB gaming experience with built-in LED lights featuring multiple dynamic colors and brightness modes. It gives you that awesome high-tech atmosphere that's just perfect for streaming. But then, you contrast that flashy stuff with the pure, gritty functionality of a built-in charging station. It is a fantastic marriage of fun and function. You get the cool atmosphere for sure, but you also get the rigorous utility you absolutely need when it's time to buckle down and work. Okay, let's pivot a bit. Section 3, maximized smart storage. Look, in a small room, if you can't build out, you absolutely have to build up and down. It's just geometry. So let's check out the storage options they managed to integrate into this compact frame. You get 2 smooth fabric drawers for your everyday essentials and office supplies. You get a versatile side storage bag, which is perfect for stashing books or tablets. There are also 2 sliding hooks, literally meant for holding those heavy gaming headsets or wrangling access cables. And crucially, it features this multi-level structure that includes a dedicated lower open shelf acting as a super strong PC tower stand. So it holds your heavy computer or console and organizes basically everything else without expanding the desk's footprint by even a single inch. How cool is that? Next up is Section 4, flexibility and design. Now, the absolute crucial point to grasp here is this 100% reversible design feature. Because it's engineered for ultimate space flexibility, the upper storage shelf, the side tower, and that lower CPU stand we just talked about, they can be freely installed on either the left or the right side when you're putting it together. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means you aren't locked in. If you set it up for your dorm room this year but move into some weirdly shaped apartment next year, the desk can totally adapt to match your new room layout. Beyond just being flexible, the manufacturer really leans into its durability. The desk is crafted with a premium black wood grain surface and a metal frame that they boldly describe as heavy-duty and rock-solid. According to the source specs, these materials are engineered to provide reliable stability, specifically avoiding warping under the crushing weight of all your gaming and study gear. Plus, it's explicitly noted as being both rust-resistant and scratch-resistant. And let's be real, that's exactly what you want for a surface that's going to take a beating day in and day out. Let's bring it all home. Section 5, specs, assembly, and support.
Okay, let's walk through the actual physical numbers, because this is where that small space promise gets put to the real test. At its 40-inch size action, this desk is a mere 19 inches deep and 40 inches wide, with a max height of 47 inches to accommodate that top shelf. So yeah, it truly is optimized for incredibly tight quarters. And at a highly manageable 28 pounds, it's something you could realistically move yourself if you frequently change apartments. They do also offer a slightly larger 48-inch version, just in case you happen to have a little more wall space to spare.
Now, I really want to highlight this surprising number right here, 165 pounds. That is the manufacturer's maximum weight recommendation for this desk. To put that into perspective, despite the desk itself only weighing 28 pounds, that heavy-duty metal frame and wood top make it shockingly durable. It's fully capable of supporting heavy PC towers, multiple monitors, massive textbooks, the whole 9 yards, without even breaking a sweat. So what about actually getting this thing put together? Well, the source data stresses that the setup process is designed to be a total breeze. They recommend grabbing a buddy, so 2 people for assembly, and using tools like an Allen key, hex key, or a drill. But hey, before you go tightening anything down, remember step 2. Decide on your left or right orientation for those reversible shelves. From there, you just follow the clear step-by-step instructions using the included hardware, and you'll get your workstation up and running in no time. Taking a quick peek at customer feedback, it's important to note this product's current standing on Amazon. While this is labeled as a newly released product on the platform, meaning it only has 1 rating so far, it does currently sit at a perfect 5.0 out of 5 star score. Obviously, it's super early days for this specific listing, but hey, the initial impression recorded there is flawlessly positive. Which brings us to the end of our deep dive. I want to leave you with this final thought today. Take a second. Look around your workspace right now. Is your environment shaping your habits, or have you shaped your environment to fit your needs? Because when a single footprint of furniture can charge your devices, organize your heavy equipment, and completely adapt to your room's layout, it really changes the way we think about spatial design. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep maximizing your potential no matter how small the space.